And I did want to say in response to Joe's introduction that I'm not really totally anti-growth. I do get that reputation, but if you visited my house, you'll realize that I'm actually growing a mosquito and tick farm. So, which sometimes makes me wonder why I'm living here at all, because it's just such a mess in the water and everything. Which I also get to take full credit for, even though an awful lot of other people work on that. So thanks again for crediting me with everybody's work. I appreciate it. I'd also like to say that I'm embarrassed to be getting the award, especially after Barry, who obviously deserves an award way more than I do. But I'm really not that embarrassed, and the reason is because when I was a little kid and my mother was on the school board, a politician who was a really fantastic and amazing politician who kind of turned out to be a jerk later and who I don't really like all as much as I did then, said something really amazing to her that she told me, and that was, and I'm paraphrasing, but that was, I don't have to be smart, I'm smart enough to surround myself with brilliant people. And that's true, I'm smart enough to surround myself with brilliant people, and of course she's one of them. So I'm not really embarrassed because I just get to stand here because all of the people who are around me, you know, my new friends, new activists, and people I've known since I was a little kid, and it's so cool to be an adult now and get to like hang out with the people who were parents and stuff back then. You know, it's so awesome. They can't yell at me anymore. Like, you know. Two of my favorite activists in the world are Judy Leventhal and Steve Piles, who can't be here, but you know, they do a whole lot more work than I do, and without them I couldn't pretend to do anything, so I'm saying thank you to them in absentia. And I also, I was thinking a lot about how the people I work with have ridiculously strong principles and sometimes go way, way out of their way to make them known. So what I did was I dressed in honor of them tonight, not so much to show that they're tacky people of bad taste, but which I know it looks like, boy, Kelly, you just rolled in, just right was on the floor, you know, but what I did though was when I did pull the stuff off the floor, I was looking at it, and the coat that I was just wearing because I was freezing is a coat from over by Iverson Mall, which a lot of my new friends were able to direct me to, the friends I made through the PTA at my school, which is Henry G. Ferguson Elementary in South County. And that makes me think of them and all the work that we do together. And I'm wearing the silly shirt because it makes me think of my sister and my dad, and when I was younger, we used to go to Village Thrift over in Camp Springs together, which I like to think of as reflecting not only my sense of style, but also the resourcefulness they gave to me and the joy of haggling until there's more blood on the floor than rock. And I'm wearing all the rings because they like to fight with bloody knuckles and be hard hitters. So, you know, gotta watch out for people like that. The person, obviously, who did the most for me is my mother, and that's mainly because she never shuts up. Even tonight when she called me and said, "You're going to be late, are you in the car already?" Knowing full well that I wasn't in the car at all and was going to be late. Thank you, Joe, for being later. I'm going to be really embarrassed when I walked in here otherwise. Since I never shut up myself, my very existence is really just a tribute to her. And I used to go to meetings with her all the time when I was a little kid, much the way my son has come to this meeting with me so that he could play DS without being bothered. And at those meetings, I was always amazed that she yelled at other people as much as she yelled at us and as loudly. And I was horrified by the outrageous way that men were always flirting with her. It was sort of embarrassing. I was like, "Mom, that guy just called you legs." You know, like, "Mom, should we be speaking to me that way?" And it was, you know, so it was sort of mortifying, but it taught me a couple of things. These earrings that I'm wearing are earrings that I used to sneak into her room and try on all the time until I got caught. She always used to wear these really big, cool earrings. And I had to sneak and wear them for like 20 years before she finally gave them to me. It was a really proud moment to get the like $5 earrings or whatever, you know. And but they do remind me that on very rare occasions when I don't feel like I have something to stand up and yell about, that it's a good idea to sit down and wear a cute outfit and just smile. So every once in a while I try to do that. And then following her footsteps, I also drag my own kid around to meetings, and I know it seems like he's technically doing nothing. He's a pretty remarkable kid, and we spend a lot of time talking about really weird things, like, you know, the game he's playing on DS, and then suddenly we switch to like zoning issues. You know, like we're driving along in a traffic jam, and he's like, "Is it rush hour?" "No, it's not rush hour, Milo." "Well, then why is there this traffic jam? The zoning is all wrong here. We really need industrial zoning here." And we're like, whoa, you know, like he's really paying attention to these meetings. It's kind of exciting. And recently he asked questions at a meeting. This is why you don't get a proud mother in front of a microphone. But I was just so excited. We went to a Greater Bay Nebraska Civic Association meeting, and twice he held people accountable. You know, like there was a candidate there who spoke about all these wonderful things he was going to do, and then no one had a question, and Milo was like, and I was like, "Oh God, can you please don't say something insane?" And he goes, "And how are you going to get that done?" And, you know, and it was just so awesome, because then you can't say no to a 6-year-old on something like that, and then he had to answer the question for like 20 minutes, and it was really cool, and I was really proud of him, you know, because you like to think that your kid's following your footsteps and all that. So for him, I also wore rings. I wore the $5 tattoo ring that he picked out for me, and the $5 really special ring that he picked out for me when we went to study frogs. Last but not least, the really main reason I do all of this is not so much because of the fact that I like never stepping in our water. It's because I can't stand moving. I can't deal with moving all of my stuff, and since we're clearly going to live here forever, I just thought that I would work on making it the most pleasant place it can possibly be for us to live in. So thank you all for doing this.